Back in the wild west of the second generation of home consoles, Atari's VCS, better known as the 2600, was the top seller. Some might argue that they were a bit too successful in a way, considering the looming crash about to hit the American region due to what we'd later know as shovelware. We're pretty lucky that the game industry was a lot more mature by the time the Wii rolled around. Part of the wild nature of things was that the technology was relatively simple and thus easily duplicated. Both major competitors to the 2600, the Intellivision and the ColecoVision, had official add-ons that allowed you to plug in an Atari cartridge and controllers and play to your heart's content. Atari sued, but settled in exchange for royalties to be paid by Coleco. This wasn't the last time that an add-on would be made for a completely different ecosystem to which the original games were made for. Today I present the Game Booster by Daytel. Now, the ColecoVision module was a mimic for the Atari in nearly every detail. Aside from a few cartridges that were a little too big to fit, the only thing the Coleco itself contributed was the power and the video signal. The Game Booster is not quite so complete. It's just a small module that plugs into the serial I/O port on the back of the original PlayStation in the same way as the Game Shark. Then it accepts a Game Boy cartridge in the top part. It's pretty well constructed in that the weight put on it when you insert a cartridge tends to be supported by either the console or the surface the console rests on. It doesn't strain the I/O port itself. If you boot up the console with no cartridge in the slot, you get to play a built-in Breakout clone called Rebound Mission, but, well, even though I'm terrible at Breakout, I found this way too easy. You'll notice right away, though, that there's absolutely no sound coming through the TV speakers. This is sadly intentional. The emulation just isn't solid enough to include the game audio. Daytel at least added a function to the device that allows you to pop in a music CD into the PlayStation's drive and have that music run in the background while you play. When it works, the Game Booster's not too bad. It can support battery backups and runs at a decent frame rate. There are also some additional options where you can change the game's color palette like a Game Boy Color can do with original Game Boy games. Or if the game supports Super Game Boy borders, those will even show up. This being Daytel, you also have the ability to do cheat code searches and address editing to spice up your game. That said, it's pretty picky what games will work or not. Out of the games I tested, Game Boy Color carts, even the black ones, didn't seem to work at all. And even some gray cart original Game Boy games had some issues. I'm guessing it's due to memory limitations. The PlayStation only had 2 megabytes to work with, and some later Game Boy games surpassed that. Nowadays, you have plenty of better options, from straight-up emulation to devices like the Game Boy player that attaches to the GameCube. Back then, even though emulation on the PC was pretty young, I'm pretty sure it was better than this device. Got any fond memories of hardware emulation like this over the years? Let me know in the comments below or on Twitter at TesseractUnfold. Meanwhile, please like, subscribe, spread the word, and I'll catch you again next week.